To head into the best years of your life? I am. Thank you for joining me here on Living a Fulfilled Life, Body, Soul, and Spirit. Today we're going to talk a little bit about the body and some of the things we can do to live the best we can in the bodies that we have. One of the things that is most important, well, we're going to talk about two main things, and that's going to be exercise and nutrition. And first, we're going to hit the exercise. And it has been studied, and some studies say that if you have regular exercise, that you could live up to 7 years longer. So I encourage you to dig down and say, what do I have that might come up in 7 years? Maybe a wedding. Maybe a grandchild will graduate from high school. Maybe an anniversary. Or maybe you just want to age beautifully. So we're going to talk a little bit about exercise right now. And one of the best things about exercise is our cardiovascular health. And you can see all kinds of statistics out there about how our heart is strengthened when we exercise. And you know, it doesn't have to be just the aerobic exercise or the intense exercise. Just any kind of movement will help. And so we're going to look at the heart and just remember how our heart health is improved, our risk of heart disease is improved. And then not only our heart health, but also our mental health, which we'll talk about in body, soul, and when we talk about the soul. But our mental health, as we exercise, our mood is enhanced. Exercise helps reduce symptoms of anxiety and depression, and it just is an overall better well-being when we exercise our bodies. Another way to look at exercise is it can help to manage our weight, which will be easier on our joints. And by the way, exercise does help our joint movement as well, keeps those joints lubricated. But our weight management, if we can maintain a good weight, that will help. It'll increase our exercise will increase our metabolic response. So it's going to help us in our weight area. And let's see, energy and strength. Yes, exercise will help give you energy. If you're like me, I've said it. Oh, I'm too tired to exercise. But you know what? The more our body moves, it's kind of like the motion. Once it gets started, it keeps going better and better and faster and faster. Well, it's the same with our exercising our bodies. The more we move, the better our bodies will get. And we will have more energy and more strength. And also, exercise strengthens our bones and our muscles. So it's not just, exercise isn't just to lose weight, it's for our overall body health. And of course, another way that we can help with our bodies is sleep. We need to try to get sleep. And I know a lot of us wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning, maybe, but you know what? Use that time. Use that time for prayer or reading or something useful. Some people get up and clean at 4 o'clock in the morning. So, but try to get to bed at a certain time every night, pretty much a certain time, and try to get up at pretty much a certain time every morning. And that way, that will help your body to be strong and help every organ in your body to be strong. Let's see. So another thing is our immune system. As we exercise, our immune system is strengthened. And then, you know what that does. That helps, keep them colds away and keep the infections away. So it's just so important to keep our bodies moving and exercising. And some ways that we can implement it, we have to take a personal approach. What can you do? Some of you can do more than others. Some of you can go out and do something you like. Some of you could go swimming. Some of you might go bicycle riding, or perhaps you like tennis or pickleball, which is a great big thing right now. So just see what you like to do. Dancing, maybe. Take a dance lesson. Get that body moving to the music. But whatever you enjoy doing that has movement, all the better for you. And a couple things I wanted to remind you of is that small steps lead to big improvement. You don't have to start out running a marathon. You don't have to start out, walking an hour a day. If you could just set aside 10 minutes a day and go for a walk. I believe they say if you can walk 20 minutes a day, 5 days a week, that will add years to your life. So I encourage you to be persistent. Don't worry about perfection, just be persistent. Another way that you could do besides walking, another way exercise you could do is resistance training. Resistance training will help especially with your bones and your brain. Believe it or not, resistance training will take that oxygen to your brain and it will begin to function better. And then of course, resistance training also helps with your metabolism. Let's see, enjoyable activities, we talked about that. Day-to-day activities, here you go. Something you can do, like when you're waiting for your coffee to come through the pot, you could be doing push-ups on your counter. Push, push. Couldn't ya? Or you could do like toe, raise your toes up, raise your toes up, raise your toes up. Use those leg muscles. While you're doing laundry, you're standing in the laundry room waiting for the machine to quit going. Get up against that wall and do some push-ups with the wall. When you're watching TV, so your husband's home, you need to spend a little time with him. Commercial comes on, stand up and march in place during the commercial. Or while you're talking on the phone to someone, you could be walking while you talk on the phone, either in your home or outside. Now, I prefer outside because I just love to look at the trees and all the different colors and everything around me. I just think life is just so beautiful. And, but anyway, wherever you want to walk, walk. And it will make a big difference in the long run. Another way that you could help get some exercise is join a class. Now in our area here, we have Senior Action. And that is a place, of course, for those who are retired or, actually 55 or older. And they have various classes. They have yoga classes. They have spinning classes. Exercise, just regular exercise, chair exercise, floor exercise. And you could join, look in your neighborhood, see if there's something around your area that you could join a class. And that will help to boost your body, get it going, get that heart getting better, get that metabolism going, get the oxygen flowing to your brain. And then another thing that we do sometimes to help is we keep track. Maybe write a journal or something like that. And don't just keep track of what the scale says, because as you're working out, you're going to bulk up a little bit. You're going to get some of them muscles. So don't just go by the scale. See how your clothes are fitting. Are they a little looser? I heard a lady the other day talk about how she put on her pair of jeans and it's like, what happened to these jeans? They're just not fitting me. So she went to the store to get a new pair of jeans because she thought maybe she had done something to them when she was washing them or something. And she picked out the size that she wore. And it's like, these don't fit me either. She got a smaller size and they fit. So you can't go just by what the scale says. You need to just keep plugging along and you're going to see over time, you're going to see a much healthier body. Next, we're going to talk about diet, balanced diet and nutrition. Again, just like exercise, a balanced diet will help your overall health. As you take in vitamins and minerals and nutrients, your immune system gets better, your cell reproduction is better. It's just, you need those, our body needs things. We don't get it all from food either. So you may need to have supplements, and investigate your supplements. Make sure it doesn't have the other additives to it, but that it's exactly what will help your body do what you need your body to do. Okay. Boosting your immune system. Yes, we talked about that. Let's see. Calorie intake. Okay, here's one. When we eat a balanced diet, we we not only eat better, but we when you pick out your food, try to pick out fruits, vegetables, lean protein, fiber. And another little hint is when you're eating your carbs, like maybe you have pastas or breads, pancakes, beans, try to eat those either at lunch or breakfast, lunch or before. You can have those complex carbs. Because if you eat them later than that, it just kind of sits in your stomach and it doesn't digest properly, and you probably will find you're not sleeping as well either. When I started eating my complex carbs in the daytime, before noon, I started sleeping better at night. So you might want to try that. Another hint for sleeping better is magnesium. And investigate that. Go ahead and Google magnesium for sleep, and it'll tell you what the best magnesium is for you. But again, when I started taking magnesium supplements, I started sleeping better. Headaches went away. Leg cramps went away. Magnesium is an amazing, amazing mineral. So you might want to check that out. Okay, let's see. We get our energy from our food. And it also affects our cognitive functioning and our mood by what we eat. And some of you may have already discovered that certain foods that you eat might make you cranky. And we certainly don't want that, do we? But we can always have a little bit of chocolate, especially the dark chocolate. It's always good for us. Okay, let's see. Meal planning. Okay, here's another thing that will help you with your nutrition and diet. Plan ahead what you're going to eat. And you may even want to, like on the weekends, cook something up, maybe a soup or a casserole, something you can eat during the week. And make that, and you'll have that all ready during the week, so you don't all say, oh, I don't know what we're going to have, let's go get a pizza, or let's order Chinese tonight. But if you plan out your food and look at the colors of your food, I mean, you can make eating fun. I mean, I've always loved to eat, but I find it exceptionally exciting when I have different colors on my plate. I love the colors of the vegetables, orange and green and yellow. And then the berries, strawberries, raspberries. And then you've got peaches and pineapple and all the different colors and textures and flavors. So get a variety. Eating the same thing every day is very boring. But if you spice it up by adding new things, you'll find that eating can be a lot more fun. And portion control. Now that's a biggie. That's a biggie. We need to watch our portions. A lot of us, you've heard it said that as soon as you're done eating, get up from the table. Because if you sit at the table and there's a bowl of mashed potatoes sitting there, you'll think, I could either eat those or put them in the fridge. I guess I'll just go ahead and eat them. And we just need to not eat more than we need to eat. So watch your portion sizes. Maybe get smaller plates. My husband and I usually eat on, I guess they're called salad plates, the smaller plates, because it's more than enough. We'll have a piece of chicken. We'll have maybe a little sweet potato and green beans. They fit on that plate perfectly, and you get filled up. So and again, if you do get hungry, eat small amounts throughout the day, like maybe every 2 hours. Have a snack, have a healthy snack. Have an orange or an apple or celery sticks with some peanut butter on it. We can eat healthy and it can be enjoyable, and that will help everything in our body to function better. So I encourage you to get a variety of foods, watch your amounts, eat your carbs in the mornings to noon, and then hydration. Very few of us get enough water. And if you go on any kind of diet, the first thing they'll tell you is hydrate. Water, water, water. And you can go online and figure out exactly how much water your body needs. For me, I need to drink, well, like if I had a 16-ounce bottle, I would drink about 4 to 5 bottles a day of water. If you have a hard time drinking water, maybe put a little lemon in it, lime, cucumber, just different things for flavoring in there. But you've got to drink your water. It says the benefits of drinking water: it'll help regulate your temperature so you're not hot and cold. It will help your digestion, and it will help your cognitive function. Believe it or not, those cells, they need oxygen and they need water. So we need to have that water flowing through every part of our body. And yes, when you first start out drinking a lot of water, you may make some trips to the bathroom, some extra trips, but your body will get used to that. And you'll be able to drink those, several bottles of water. Some people set an alarm on their phone, time to drink some water. Some will put like a rubber band on their wrist. And when they've drank like 16 ounces, they'll take a rubber band off. And then when all the rubber bands are off, you've drank the water you need to drink that day. So just little things like that might help you as well. And cooking at home, that's another thing about the cooking. Try to prepare your meals at home, not the fast food stuff. Even the restaurants, you don't know what additives they may have put in there for you. And when you cook at home, you know what's going in your food and what's going in your body. So I think we kind of covered exercise and our food. We definitely need to hydrate. We definitely need to move. Every little move makes a difference. And we need to eat healthy, various types of foods, and not eat as much as we may be used to eating. Hydrate. Breathing, deep breathing. Oxygen. It is so important to get that oxygen in your lungs and to get the old carbon monoxide or whatever it is down in there, carbon dioxide, whatever. Get that old air out of the bottom of your lungs. So when you take a deep breath, hold it, and exhale all the way down there to get all that old stuff out of there. And take a deep breath again. You're getting oxygen in your lungs, which goes into your blood system. Your cells carry oxygen to every part of your body. So let's get healthy this year. Let's live life to the full and treat our bodies with kindness. Exercise, food, water, and just be glad with life. Keep looking up.